I once heard the late former President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, recount an experience he had whilst on a visit to Ireland. According to him, his tour guide had taken them to an ancient castle which had a cemetery within its grounds. "Remember me as you pass by, for as you are, so once was I. But as I am, you too will be. So be content to follow me." This is actually a common 18th century epitaph, but there was something interesting about this particular tombstone that had caught the attention of the late American president. You see, in typical Irish humor, someone has scratched the following after the epitaph: "To follow you, I am content. I wish I knew which way you went." Today, the title of this particular Sunday Nuggets is "I Wish I Knew Which Way You Went." In these days of social media and all manners of influencers, some with tens of millions of followers, it becomes pertinent to ask, which way are you going? This is not the time to follow people blindly. We have done this for too long. You can't be following influencers who you don't know who is influencing them. Most of what they say and promote is influenced by the money they are paid, but most people follow them believing that they are being objective. What of the politicians and the clergy? They are my biggest cause for concern because most people follow them without asking questions. This amazes me to no end. The way people shut down their brains when it comes to politics and religion is mind-boggling. You see a politician who for decades has used the same playbook, same formula, and same strategy to use you. When he gets into office, he and his family get richer, while you become worse off. They make promises they never keep, but once they fan the embers of religion and ethnicity in you, all else is forgotten. You don't ask any questions. You just join the bandwagon of those saying, "Wherever you go, we will follow." And this is why we are where we are. Where exactly are they taking you to? I watched this kind of blind followership bring former President Buhari into office. And for 8 years, we suffered the worst form of ineptitude this nation has ever witnessed in leadership since independence. Guess what? Most of his followers were either too numb or stupefied to say anything as they watched their nation implode. The ones who were worst hit economically were the same people who championed his second-term campaign. As long as he's our tribesman, as long as he's the same religion with me, as long as we're the same party, he's okay, even if he carries our country into the Atlantic Ocean. The funniest thing is that these same people are now the ones complaining about the state of our country today. Blind followership. Is it any different in our places of worship, where we have converted altars into stages and where worship has turned into a show? But who cares? Nobody. We are inundated daily with the most ridiculous videos of all manners of bizarre practices going on in some churches, all in the name of God. I ask myself the same question all the time. Who are those people seated there? And what has happened to their brains? Is the church now a circus or a comedy theater? Is the church a stock exchange or a marketplace? Is the church a political party or a campaign organization? The church is supposed to be a hospital for the spiritually sick and brokenhearted, a home for the saved, a school for those seeking wisdom and understanding, and an altar for those seeking salvation and redemption. The church is a place where we know which way our leader went. He said, "I go and prepare a place for you. I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And wherever I go, you know, and the way you also know. We can then boldly say, to follow you, we are content because we know where you went. His Father's house has many mansions, and there are enough rooms for the saved. There are those who, like Thomas, will still say, we don't know where you are going. So how do we know the way? He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto the Father but by me. We know which way he went because he is the way. This way only leads to the Father. He always pointed all men to the Father. Can you imagine the time Jesus Christ walked this earth, if it was possible for his followers to put up billboards and posters with his face saying, Jesus Christ coming your way soon? Impossible. He pointed all men to his Father. He is the way. No crossroads, no junctions, no potholes, no bypass, no bends, just straight to the Father. So you asked, I wish I knew which way you went. He went to the Father, and so shall we. God bless you all.